Hey guys, so today I wanted to tackle a question about how do you homeschool without spending a lot of money, because it can be easy to spend a ton of money with your homeschool, especially if you like to collect books like some people, but it doesn't have to be expensive. On one of my last resource hauls that I shared, someone had a comment about just how expensive homeschooling is. And it totally doesn't have to be. I mean, if you have and want to spend the money, go for it. But today I wanted to share some different tips that I have for saving money in your homeschool. So I know it's different everywhere you live, but where we live, we actually get $1,000 per kid per school year from our school division. That's just kind of like, because we're saving them a ton of money for not having the kids in the school system, they give us $1,000 per kid. And like this last year, we haven't even used all that money. Often we will use that money for like piano lessons or that kind of thing. And often there is still money left over. So I have a couple different ways that I go about saving money in our homeschool, and a couple of them I've shared on here like time and time again when I do resource hauls. But my favorite place is the thrift store. So we have bought books, we have bought puzzles, we have bought games and different like crafting supplies from the thrift store before. The thrift store is like a gold mine when it comes to finding homeschool resources on the cheap. And like just recently I went thrifting and I got this American Girl book for, I don't know, I think all the books were on sale. They were all 50% off, so like under $1. One of our favorite thrifted books that we have got, like we got this probably 4 years ago, is just this little golden guide about birds. And to my knowledge, this book is not in print anymore, but I love it. I love like the vintage feel, and the size of it is so great for taking with us when we go out on nature walks. And we have actually a couple other bird books that we have purchased from thrift stores in years past. Then like you can get nice editions of books. So this is an Anne of Green Gables book that I found a couple years ago. And I mean, I have a few different editions of Anne of Green Gables, but like I could not pass up this one. It's just so pretty. Plus then it's got like the pink, whatever that's called, side of the pages. And yeah, I found this for $1. And then recently when I was thrifting, I found this gigantic encyclopedia of animals. It is like almost 700 pages and weighs as much as like my oldest kid or something. But yeah, like I got this for, I think this one was $2 that I had to pay for this one. So you can get books that are regular, you know, $30+ for just a couple dollars, or games that we've bought our Monopoly there, we've bought a Scrabble game, I don't remember what else, a Nabbit game, which has like a bunch of like letter pieces and stuff. So we've bought tons of those there. You can also buy puzzles there, and yeah, like lots of different things at thrift stores. My like other place that I have been purchasing a lot of our homeschool books, and including like activity books and stuff lately, is Book Outlet. I've talked about them before. With your first order, if you haven't ordered from there before, you can get $10 off if you use my link, which I will include below. But they are just like discounted books. So like if a store got, you know, too many, or sometimes they're like a little bit damaged, like someone was cutting the box open and there's like a little bit of a cut on the cover or something. But I haven't shared this one yet. We recently got this, The Who Was History of the World. So got this one for here, from there, and this I think was like $2 maybe. One that I shared recently that we're using for our Explorers unit is Incredible Journeys. This one is all about different explorers, and this one was like a fraction of the price. And then one that I was so excited to see on there was Bees. This book was also just a fraction of the regular price, so I love that. While we're talking about books, I would be completely remiss if I didn't mention the library. You do not need to buy every single book that you want to use in your year. You can use the library, and I mean I share library hauls on here pretty much monthly, and even if you're gonna get a book out from the library like 5 times a year, you know, you don't necessarily need to purchase it. You can just keep getting it out from the library, because that's what I tend to do. So I like to get tons of books from the library, but also our library has library sales often. So they have like a little cart where they've got books for sale. In addition, they have an annual sale where there's like a ton of books for, I think usually they're like $5 for $1 or something like that. So I've bought some books for our homeschool that way and saved a lot of money that way. Okay, two more like book ways to save money on books is little free libraries. Yeah, so if you can find a bunch of little free libraries, you can usually get like quite a few like kids novels, sometimes like some nonfiction books. Some little free libraries are pretty adult specific, but most of the ones that I've been to have also included kids books. Like usually like there's a separate shelf for kids books, and we've found quite a few that way. And then something that I don't know if people really utilize is buying used books from Amazon. So you know, you can usually buy like the full price book, or you can buy it used for a discounted price. And I've done that a number of times, and sometimes like it comes with like highlights, like this is, I'm thinking like nonfiction books specifically, but sometimes it comes with like highlights or notes. But I think that's cool. That adds to the book for me. And then I have like a couple, I was gonna say two, but actually three more ideas, and these are kind of like not really book specific. But if we're talking like curriculum, that kind of idea, I hesitate to use the word curriculum because that sounds so like rigid and formal, but you know, like different things you can buy maybe like online and stuff. Always look for sales. So personally for me, for our shop that we've been setting up over the last month, I kind of have this idea where if we are releasing like next week, we're going to be releasing this ancient Egypt unit that Jared has been working on. On the first day, I am making it available for 50%. So like check your shops. My theory is for my bigger products, I want them available for 50% for the first day, and then on sale but not quite as much for the next week. And that is because I want to thank and reward those people who purchase early. For me, it's if people are interested in my products and like the people that keep coming back and keep buying, they're the ones I want to reward because I appreciate them. They're great customers. You know, it's like sometimes like Amazon, if you buy, or wherever, if you pre-order a book, you get the cheapest price on your pre-order. If the number dips at all before the book is released, you get the cheapest price. That's kind of like my theory, except that often Amazon will put the book cheaper like 2 weeks after it's released. So if you actually wait, sometimes you could have got it cheaper that way, and that bothers me to no end because I feel like authors and publishers should be rewarding the people that are pre-ordering their book and helping build the hype. And that's kind of how I view it. I want that to be my philosophy, is like reward the people that are getting in on that. So yeah, different shops like subscribe to their newsletters, that kind of thing, and they'll often like tell you when there's sales going on. And then another kind of like second side of this is bundles. So sometimes shops will bundle like multiple of their products. Sometimes there's different bundles out there. A couple years ago, for a few years, I got together with a bunch of homeschool ladies and made homeschool bundles with like a couple $100 worth of products that was on sale for like $25. And since then, a number of different people have started doing this as well. And that's great. That's a great way to save. My plan for July is to make a package of products that are not for sale yet in my shop and put those for sale. I think my aim here is kind of still like not completely finalized. My aim is to have like $100 worth of products that will be in the shop for like $20-ish for a week, just for fun, because I want to thank all of you who are interested in like purchasing products and stuff, and give you guys the best prices. So definitely like sign up for different newsletters, look for different bundles. That is a great way to save. And then my final idea is not necessarily savings, but like kind of like piggybacking off of something. So I like to give my kids educational Christmas gifts, and they're kind of like gifts of things that we can use in our homeschool. So like this last Christmas, we got my son Grab-A-Trax, and you know, it has a lot of educational elements to it. So I was like, it's great for our homeschool, it's great for a Christmas gift. It was definitely more on like the pricey side, but when I knew that I could like kind of use it for both, then it makes more sense to me. Okay, so I think those are my main ideas on how to save money when you're getting homeschool resources, whether you're buying them or you're borrowing them. Oh, actually, one other idea that I thought of is sharing resources with homeschool friends. If you are like not doing the same unit at the same time, or if your kids are not quite exactly the same ages, you guys can like borrow resources back and forth. That is something I have not really utilized. I've had a few friends I mean, like, I probably have the biggest library of most of my friends. I have a few friends that have like borrowed stuff from me, but I haven't asked to borrow things from other people, and that's my own fault. I could totally do that. But I think that would also be a really good way to save money and just, I don't know, make good use of the stuff that you have. Okay, now I think that is all I have for ideas. If you have more ideas on how to save money when it comes to homeschool resources, leave them below. I think it would be really nice for future people coming to watch this video if there was like another list of ideas in the comments. So thanks in advance for giving your ideas, and thanks for watching, guys.